So what is it we're doing here? We're going to try. Remember this model where you did calculate overall rank and all that stuff? We're still just working on this tool right here. And remember, it has a code block that that is really not supported in with the way you run Python. It's actually it just has to do a lot with the formatting. You could probably figure it out, but it's in this case it's easier to just go around. So at any rate, the code that we run for that is here. So remember, we've already done this part where we set all of those equal to 5, and so we're going to do the same thing now. And instead of having it already done for you, we're going to do it together, where we're going to set this equal to 4. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do it in 2 steps. This step is going to be the select statement, and this step is going to be the calc. We're going to calc it equal to 4. All right, so let's go ahead and create or edit our model. Okay, we've already made a feature layer. We've already calculated the field once. So let's see if we can add another selection statement. Okay, we are going to use zoning with rank zones, which was this one right here. And we're going to make sure we do a new selection. By new selection, what that means is it clears what we had previously selected. And so now this time we're going to get just the things that we're selecting now, so that we don't accidentally label things more than once. Okay, and we will clear out all of that. And we're going to use our criteria again. Zone name equal, which ones? Agriculture or central business district. Okay. Zone name equals, get unique values, agriculture, or zone name equals central business district, or zone name equals mixed use plan unit development. Okay, we'll click verify to make sure our syntax is correct. Click OK. Click OK. All right, so this time we're doing a different selection, and the output from that will be here. Let's see, can I rename that? Less suitable. Okay, that's less suitable zoning. And then we will do another calculate field. And I'm using copy and paste on these things, but you don't have to do that. Let's see here. You could just drag the tool in yourself again. So let's see here. I'm going to make that the input table, and then I'm going to calculate the field. Which field am I calculating? I'm calculating zoning rank, but this time I want it to have a value of 4. Right? Now, this is all because what we want to do is we want to say these zonings are the best, these zonings are less good, and the other zonings are unsuitable. Okay? So we've now done that, and let's see here. Should we go on into the other ones? Okay, so what's going to happen, you know what, let's just save this, and let's do an export to Python again, and we'll do export select to py. Now ideally you would get your entire model to work, and then export it, and then it would all be in one case. But because we're doing this as a learning exercise, I'm trying to do it in chunks where we can talk about what has actually changed since the last time we exported it. Okay, so I'm going to close this, and before we run it again, I want to delete the Longmont zoning that we have already worked with, and I'm going to copy it in from my backup copy, and then this way I can start it all the way from the beginning and see how the entire script runs without running into things like did I already add the fields, or were some fields already calculated. So let's go in here and make sure, because you're going to have to, when you run your script, you have to account for what does the environment look like at the beginning, and does that change at all. So let's see if I can open the script that we just created. And where is it? It is it is under S211 final project, and oh, that's not right. It's under 211 model builder. I'll click OK, and it has gone and added the code for the next part of this, which is basically this next selection statement. Now, because we've already enhanced our other script, I'm going to copy this over into the other script. Okay. So now it's going to, when it is through making this, then it'll work on to the second step, right? So we'll say calculate the rank for the less suitable zoning areas. Okay, and we'll run through the same tool. Now, again, you might want to try and accept this. You might also want to put in some error messages or some messages to communicate to the user what it's actually doing. But for now, we'll just run it, see what it does. And we got an error. We got an error because it couldn't find this particular selection, and that's because when I copied it over, I didn't also copy in the variables. Let me fix that. You'll see back in this other one, they've actually added these two variables. It's really all very irritating because they're all the same variable. They just keep reassigning themselves to the next one down, which is a byproduct of exporting this to Model Builder. We can fix that, or we can change that, but for now, let's just copy it in and continue the chain and run it again. And this time it has succeeded. So here we have the error messages from before, and then nothing, and then process finished with an exit code of 0. So let's go over and see what it looks like in our catalog. What we're hoping is that we have some zones that have a value of 5, some zones that have a value of 4, and then some zones will still be null. So let's see if I do a sort descending on this thing. Got a bunch of 5s, we have a bunch of 4s, and then we have a bunch of nulls. So in this case, it looks like it has done what we would like it to do. Now, of course, you should actually go through and check to make sure that the zones that you think are correct do have the correct zone, or do have the correct rank. Okay. All right.